This is your source for local news in the Heartland. This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And good morning. It's time for our entertainment segment, or not our entertainment segment, our cooking segment. It is going to be entertaining because anytime I'm in the kitchen, it's entertaining. We are joined by Alanna Preussner, who is going to be showing us how to make corn pudding, which I've never had, but my co-host Brian has.
Yep. Veteran of potlucks, no doubt. This is a family recipe that I've used for years, and this recipe is utterly bomb-proof. If you cannot cook, you can make this recipe.
There you go, Ella.
All right, great. So here we go. So first of all, we're going to put 2 eggs in our bowl.
Okay.
And mix those up a little bit.
All right.
And then we are going to just add the other ingredients. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Brian, nice skills.
I'm going to attempt to cut some peppers here. And from last time I remember, curl the fingers in so I don't cut them off.
Do not cut the fingers. Yeah,
there we go.
Absolutely. Okay. So basically what we're going to do is add a can of corn.
Okay.
Just drain the liquid off of it.
Okay.
Because it'll be too liquidy otherwise.
Okay.
And then we add 2 tablespoons of butter. And I just left that out on the counter and let it get a little bit soft.
Okay.
And if you forget to do that, you can simply whack up the butter with a knife. Yeah, you can start mixing.
Okay.
And then we're going to put in, by my measurement,
a lot of salt.
1 teaspoon of salt. Okay?
Okay.
Palm of your hand measures about a teaspoon. And the 2 eggs we've got already.
Okay.
Okay. And
there are some.
Then we've got some red and green peppers. This is about half of a big pepper.
Okay.
So, and my recipe calls for green pepper, but if you have to have red or yellow or whatever, put them in. If you are a spicy person, put in jalapenos.
There's a lot of nice color in this as well.
Yes,
so.
it's kind of pretty.
Okay.
All right. All right, you can stop mixing for the time being, and now we need grated cheese.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
And this is just Colby Longhorn cheese.
Can you use any kind of cheese
you
if you
like?
like?
You can use any kind you like, anything that melts well.
Okay.
So.
You want me to do it all?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, goodness, we'll be here forever.
This is cheesy goodness here.
I love cheese. You can't have enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And then what else do we do?
And then we dump that in, and we put in half a cup of milk.
Okay. So you already put this on wax paper to kind of make it easy, so all we have to do is just lift it up.
What a great idea. I'd never have done that when I started.
Well, you can sift flour onto wax paper, and you can obviously also grate cheese onto it.
Okay,
right.
and
then we just mix it all together.
Okay.
And, you know, using superior culinary terms, it will be a little gushy. Okay? And so, can you grab, here we go.
Our beautiful
Now we put it into...
Now I have a question for you.
Yep.
You put in corn. Would you use that cream of corn at all?
No, you don't. You want regular corn.
Okay.
And if you want, there's a kind of canned corn you can buy that has peppers in it already.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So if you're feeling less creative or lazy or whatever, you can use that.
And you
kind
can use fresh corn as well, probably, if you have the time.
It would work just fine.
Okay.
That way you have to cut it off the cob and, again, not cut your fingers, which would be a good thing. And then...
So we put it in a baking dish, or...?
Yeah. You want a baking dish. You can use a casserole. I'm using a ceramic pie plate.
Okay.
This will bake very evenly because it's even in depth.
Okay.
Right? So if you want to smooth it out a little bit, you can be a little fancier.
That's really pretty looking.
About it. But it looks really attractive. Now let's make it prettier, shall we?
Good.
Okay.
How's about? So we have some
garnish, right?
little peppers that we had left over, and you can just strew those around on top.
Nice.
In a fancy little design.
Look at that. See, I would have just thrown them on top, and you're doing a little design here. And that's
I would have eaten them before we even topped it with it. So
well, these are totally high in vitamin C, so this actually would be good snacking.
All right, and then we stick
it in the oven. And then we're going to bake it at 350 for about half an hour.
Okay.
And I have on the recipe that is on the website up to 375, and that's if you make like a double or triple recipe. I've made as much as a quadruple recipe of this, but it takes longer to bake, and you may need higher oven temperature.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven, and then when we come back, we'll see the final product.
Absolutely.
And welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are here with Alanna Preussner, who just showed us how to make corn pudding. But before we recap the ingredients, today is Wear Your College Colors Day, and surprisingly, she's wearing purple for Truman because you are an English professor at Truman State University. So there we go. We're representing our colleges. Okay, so go ahead and recap what we just did.
All right, what we did was mix together a can of corn, a little bit of flour, some butter, salt, 2 eggs, a minced up green pepper, about half of one, and we did red and green, some minced up cheese or grated cheese, and a half cup of milk. That's what it looks like before. That's what it looks like after. And it'll be nice and bubbly and cheesy smelling, and it's delicious. It's a wonderful, wonderful side dish.
Okay.
So
it looks amazing.
Add a salad and some chicken or fish.
And so what we're looking at right now is the before, and then if we can get a close-up
and there's
shot,
the after.
and there's the, and it's so beautiful.
It is.
And it smells delicious. And I've never had this before, so we're going to quickly try it.
So this should be the inaugural corn pudding.
Okay. And you said it's kind of like a quiche.
It's kind of like quiche because of the eggs and the milk and flour in it. It thickens it up nicely here.
All right. Thank you so much. So.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you. What do you think, Ella?
It's really good.
Convert?
Yes. I have to take a second bite.
It's great stuff.
All right.
And it tastes just wonderful right out of the oven.
Okay.
But you can reheat it in the microwave.
Perfect.
If you want.
All right.
It keeps rather nicely, and you can even freeze it.
Nice.
Awesome.
So
Which
next time you have a hankering for corn pudding, you can either whip this up, as you can see, very, very quickly, or you can haul it out of the freezer, which you've so thoughtfully stocked with little portions of this.
There you go.
So,
all right.
an easy thing.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you right back here on Monday morning at 5:30 a.m.